name's Anisa. I'm 21 years old. I'm a poet, an educator, and an event organizer. So the problem that I saw as a young person in school was that poetry wasn't being taught in a way that excited and engaged young people. So I decided to create programs and workshops that did just that. The Australian curriculum, when it explores English and literature and poetry, is focused mainly on the literary canon, and most of those authors don't look like me. I never read any books that had Black authors, so if I never had that as a young person, I thought I'm going to be that person for young people and be that gateway into this world of literature. So in those workshops, I teach writing, editing, and performance skills, not only to help them write good poems, but to help them explore and understand themselves and then take that understanding onto the world.
And I know understanding is the darkest tunnel to go through because you can't always see the other person's point of view. But you need to remember that the person who's right may not necessarily be you. But the truth is just like poetry, and everybody hates poetry.
So I always loved teaching young people and working with young people. So when I was in high school, I ran public speaking workshops, and these were free workshops. And then when I graduated high school, I entered my very first poetry slam competition. And as I started touring and working with different organizations, I saw that there was a lack of workshops in Brisbane and in Queensland. So I thought, there's a lack, I have the skills, why not just go for it? And then I just started creating a database on my computer and just ringing them, and getting 100 no's. They're in class, they're busy, but eventually, after 100 no's, I got one yes. And then I just kept doing that and getting connections to different schools. When I got that first yes, it felt amazing! I thought it was a joke. I was like, wait, what did you say? Did you say yes? I think that a very important mindset to have when you're an entrepreneur is a strong understanding of self, because people will judge you, people will say you should get a real job, people will say you should go to uni, people have all of these things to say to you, but you have to have a deep and profound understanding of who you are, what your mission is. One concept that I think is really important is that of flearning, which is failing while simultaneously learning. An example of when I flearned horribly was when I was teaching workshops interstate, and I thought that I had to finance all of the flights, accommodation out of my own pocket. And I did this for the first year and then realized that this was not working whatsoever, and that there were so many other pathways as opposed to paying for everything out of my own pocket and then not being able to put petrol in my car. So at school, I took ancient history, maths, English, biology, and one of the things that I found incredibly helpful with biology is that we had to write large amounts of writing and essays, and it really taught me how to communicate and how to articulate myself in a succinct yet clear fashion, which I found very helpful in marketing and branding and speaking on stage and even writing out business pitches. So the three qualities that I think make a good entrepreneur are resilience, because I guarantee there are going to be moments where you want to give up, where you don't think that you're good enough, where your idea is good enough, but you have to be resilient enough to keep going. The second one is innovation. I think the best way for your product, your idea to be successful is to look at the market and then think about what isn't there and what can I bring. And then the last one is belief. And I'd say belief because there's going to be days when no one believes in your idea but you have to have the belief in what you can see and what you can be in yourself. Yeah.